Hi, everyone. First of all, I would like to introduce myself. My name is Keith Chen. I was once an IBMer. I was helping customer with IBM brand of solution for 9 years. And between early of last year to early of this year, I was in Red Hat, helping customer in the journey of open source solution and cloud native solution. In between IBM and Red Hat, I was in a customer company, two companies, NOL and CPF. And now I am the IBM business partner working with IBM and Red Hat to serve the customer together. I'm also the adjunct lecturer in Nanyang Poly in Singapore, educating the new gen of IT students. I cover topics like cloud computing, virtualization, data center management, automation, and networking. If you want to find out about my company, Alani, what Alani offer, please click the link at the bottom right. So my topics for you is a partner view of IBM. Why IBM hybrid cloud is wanted by the market. One good reason is because of the portability and interoperability matters, and IBM is the best company that can do it better than any others. So let me go through the agenda, how I would like to share these topics. First of all, I will give you a view of the current IT landscape and the new landscape, which is hybrid cloud. Then we'll start to share with you about the marriage of Red Hat and IBM. Though it was a love-hate relationship, before the marriage, it started 20 years ago. I will then share with you how currently workload can be deployed. Finally, I will share with you a solution scenario of running workload on IBM hybrid cloud. So what does the current IT landscape and hybrid cloud look like? The IT landscape has gone through from the good old days of the mainframe. As you know, I work in CPF and they are a loyal supporter of a mainframe. If you want to know more about CPF, do ping me and chat with me on the virtual booth. With the great man Steve Jobs, desktop computing started an IBM counter by inventing IBM PC to tackle that. And we have many IBM competitor systems on the desktop and server later, like HP and Dell. It was then the client server, and IBM has their OS2 walk, later focus on System P range of RISC system running AIX. They were then the multi-tier and virtualization, where IBM has their 5 software brand, leading by WebSphere. IBM has, when we have the public cloud native platform, IBM is struggling again. The cloud world is made possible with open source technology. And Red Hat is leading the way. IBM made the right move and acquire Red Hat. With the acquisition of Red Hat, it put IBM on track to become the leader again in the cloud era. IBM has already making news of their recovery. And they are in AI, they work with 5G player, seeing many generation of change. I'm positive IBM will come back on top formally with the hybrid cloud play. Another change that have radically changed the hybrid cloud landscape is the soaring of popularity of Kubernetes. You can deploy Kubernetes anywhere, on-prem, in the public cloud, or even on a Raspberry Pi, if you really want it. It is by no means a technology specific to hybrid cloud. All the public cloud vendor has their favor of Kubernetes, but the winner of hybrid cloud using Kubernetes is Red Hat OpenShift. You can see on the right of the chart. Red Hat Linux and Microsoft Windows platform are the major OS and IBM and Red Hat together form a powerful combination, not just on hybrid cloud, but also the operating system. IBM has been the king in traditional IT, and the new IBM Red Hat hybrid cloud direction is and having IBM relinquished to the throne again. Now, about IBM solution and Red Hat solution. 20 years ago, I started my first year in IBM, and Lutz Gassner was the CEO then, and turning IBM around and making the elephant dance again, and by getting into open system software. During his tenure, he has already planted seed with Red Hat, Linux, and the open source. IBM has also bring the open source solution in their portfolio. After 13 years, IBM continued to invest in the open source and Linux. And as it moved to the 20 years love-hate relationship, IBM have decided that it is time to have the king of open source to be part of the family. So when I was in Red Hat, I have the first-hand insight that they have the open hybrid cloud, which is OpenStack and OpenShift. And there are 6 areas which is similar to IBM Cloud portfolio. There is the IT optimization, agile integration, hybrid cloud infrastructure, cloud native development, automation, and enterprise security. So in this slide of IBM Cloud Pak, you can find similarity Cloud Pak solution. And in fact, IBM Cloud Pak is richer set of solution than Red Hat. IBM Cloud Pak for data is the missing part in Red Hat, where it includes data virtualization, business intelligence, data warehousing, big data, streaming, and more. Watson, AI, and more. So now we know and hopefully agree that IBM is working its way to consolidate its royal status in hybrid cloud. Let's drill in further on how workloads are deployed since we are in the Act 2 of cloud from public to hybrid. AWS has been the first in making cloud kicking. Their revenue was about 3.1 billion in 2013, just like the size of Red Hat when it was acquired. It brings a lot of new workload on board. And 2015, where the Cloud Native Cloud Foundation was founded, making cloud matured, AWS had doubled its revenue to 7.8 billion. And this trend is growing. You saw the market share of cloud business giving for new business and social mobility, analytic cloud, you name it, are expanding the IT landscape. Cloud is now part of IT landscape, and in the next 10 years, time will continue to move it. People will continue to move to cloud native solution, whether it's on-prem or outsourced to a cloud provider. We are at the stage that grow immensely into cloud native, and IBM Red Hat is taking the right direction to continue to bring the cloud native to the new IT. IBM managed to pick up the speed to move their customer from legacy to traditional IT, and it's deja vu. They are doing it again to help customer to modernize the traditional IT to the cloud native. IBM Red Hat, being the leader of hybrid cloud platform, particularly OpenShift, is now running the modernized effort again to the hybrid cloud platform. Some of the strategy like rehosting, replatforming, re-architect or retain, whether it's on traditional as well retain on mainframe, still works. IBM, again, is the only one that can help you from end to end. There's no other like IBM. So IBM and Red Hat, being the leader of hybrid cloud platform on OpenShift, is now running the modernization effort again to the hybrid cloud platforms. Some of the strategy like rehosting, replatforming, re-architect or retain on the traditional as well as retain in the mainframe still works. IBM is again the only one that can help you from end to end. There's no other like IBM. Finally, I will go through a scenario briefly where our team used as a demo to share with our customer the ease of using IBM Hybrid Cloud. So in the sample scenario, we start off with an on-prem traditional monolithic application that have 3 apps there. And you also have a App Connect Enterprise from IBM. And you can move that into the on-prem private cloud under IBM Cloud Pak solutions. And the App Connect Enterprise can be moved there as well. For App 3, you want to go to IBM Cloud. It is also very easy for us to deploy there. And we also provide application migration as a service to sync the data from on-prem to the public cloud. And if you want to have other public cloud like AWS, Azure, GCP, the App 3 can be moved there as well. We can do it together with you. And whether it's traditional IT landscape or whether it's on-prem private cloud, data sync continue. And there is also API connectivities between apps, and that's similar. So I hope that you now understand that IBM Hybrid Cloud represented by the IBM Cloud Pak and Red Hat OpenShift solution is the right solution for you. And I also hope that you would consider Alignite as your solution partner and provide us the opportunity to work with you. Thank you and have a nice day.